They said 30 pounds. That's one of the most common things people hear when buying a doodle. And in the moment, it feels reasonable. The parents look right, the puppy looks small, nothing feels off. But here's what's actually happening in those moments. At 8 weeks, that puppy looks exactly like you'd expect. The puppy's being marketed. It's small, it's manageable, it's so cute, it's on track. But here's the issue. At that age, size differences are really hard to read. A slightly bigger puppy doesn't look dramatically different yet because you have nothing to compare it to. So the expectation gets locked in early, and we may be told what we want to hear. Then you fast forward a few months, and the dog starts growing faster than you expected, faster than you anticipated. And we've all seen this on the memes, on social media. Some of us have seen it in real life. At first, it's subtle, then it becomes obvious. And by the time the dog is fully grown, it's nowhere near the original estimate. This isn't rare. It happens over and over again to good people like you, good people like me. And it's not because people are ignoring the red flags. It's not because a breeder is unethical or because the people are ignorant. It's because we're dealing with a crossbreed of dogs where they often breed to the extremes. More than half of what I see in breeding Bernedoodles, for instance, right now, is a 90 or so pound mom, the Bernese, to a 10-pound or so dad, the mini poodle. But when we do this and we ask how big the puppy is going to be from the breeder, and that's the only indicator of what we're doing, it becomes very difficult because they're just going to give us an estimate and a range. And so we can estimate on our own and get a more accurate picture. And the more informed we are, the better off we are. And more importantly, when we do this, we're looking not just at the parents, but we're also looking at the grandparents. How big were the grandparents? How big were the other puppies that were produced by the parents? What do the other siblings that are older look like? And then within the breeder's range, how big the puppy is within the litter. Is it the smallest in the litter? Is it the biggest in the litter? Is it somewhere in the middle? And then as we're able to answer these questions, we can come up with a very accurate estimate on how big we think this dog is going to be at full grown so that you don't get surprised. We want to do the best that we can so that you're going to bed and sleeping at night knowing that you're getting Bluey and not Clifford in 6 months. So the question becomes, how do you actually choose in a way that avoids all of this? That's what we're going to talk about in this next video.